Hello, and welcome to the Exalted Empress Tarot. We have piles either 1, 2, or 3 timestamps below for what do they not want you to know? What information does this significant person in your life have that they are basically keeping from you? That's what we're going to find out. So pick your card, the timestamps are down below, and I will see you in a moment. Okay, group number 1. If you picked group number 1, this is your reading on what do they not want you to know. Oh, that is a lot. We're going to pick the card that is on top, and this is for your energy. Your energy. This, and we have, cardinal modality. Is that coming in clearly? Do not wait, be bold, jump in. When you take swift action, things will begin moving in the right direction. Okay, no pauses for you, group number 1. So whatever they want you to do, they want you to take your time. They want you to slow down. And Spirit is telling you, F that. We are not holding back just because someone doesn't want to see our process or our progress. Okay, and what advice, so this is just a summary, do we have on that? And we have She Who's Whispers, okay, conscious, secrets, confessions, confidant. I'll go ahead and get, interesting that they both match too. I wonder if the color red is significant for you. That may be important, but let's go ahead and read for these cards. Now, cardinal modality. Whoop. Already passed it. Here we go. So, the cardinal signs are Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn. So these are initiators, and they begin things, of course. Give birth, get things going, define the direction, unstick stagnant energy, and manifest their goals. Receiving this card is a sure sign that energy is getting moving in your life, but only if you're proactive about it. In other words, do not procrastinate, do not ruminate, do not sit passively by. Take action, and soon. You likely already know or suspect what it is you need to swiftly do. So do it. If that's the case, consider the following descriptions and gain further clarity. If this isn't the case, let these same descriptions spark your clear and immediate energy. Okay, so the signs that fit under the cardinal modality are Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn. So if you have those placements, this is especially for you. So we have for Aries, and you don't have to specifically go with this sign, but if you have these placements, any of these energies could be towards you. So boldly jumps up and jumps in to get everything started. Gently yet consistently gives birth to new waves of energy, including deep connections and deep feelings. Gracefully invites in and kicks off new relationships. Diligently plans for the future and takes incremental action to build those plans right away. Whichever element is most at play in your current circumstance, invoke it, bring it in. Okay. So yeah, basically do not slow things down at all. And She Who's Whispers, you can go ahead and read for that as well. This card reveals that all of us have secrets. It may be time to release yours now if they have become a burden. If you are concerned about being judged, look into your own heart first for compassion. Sometimes we convince ourselves that our secrets are uniquely deep and dark. When we expose them to the light, we may discover others have the same fears. If someone has entrusted you with their secrets, honor their confidence. Okay, so there may be some secret information here. Maybe it's your secret information. Maybe it's somebody else's secret information. Are you holding back because you think someone may rat you out on something you didn't want people to know? I can tell you my point of view on that. Honestly, a lot of the time is, they are saying in that card that, our secrets aren't necessarily as unique as we think they are. I kind of believe that. Even if it's something that you're like, no, people will not appreciate that I did or said this thing. Maybe that may be the case, but people can forgive. Time can move on. Being like, no one can ever find out about this ever, but people know about it. It it may just end up holding you prisoner. I'm not saying be completely reckless about that information coming out, but maybe don't hold your whole life in a pause because of one piece of information. Because then, really, at that point, you are handing over all of your power. People are basically able to tell you what to do and when because of your fear of people just knowing the facts. So, I mean, it doesn't mean make it easy, but I would consider that if it's really becoming an obstacle in what you're doing. So it may not even be that there's something that people don't want you to know. It may be something that you don't want others to know in this case. Ooh, very interesting. Turning my reading upside down. Can we get both these cards? We did already read for conscious, so we don't necessarily need this one here. I want to make sure everything is in frame. You can move things up a little bit. There we go. There we go. Okay. So, and this is so interesting because, of course, I sat here and said that you could, start to let people know, maybe reveal what this secret is. And the first card that we have is the Star. So it's not necessarily about secrets, but it is about healing. So, and it's about being kind of partly in the healing process already. And usually that it's slow moving. So if this is a secret that you've held for a long time or that you think holds a lot of weight, that may be why you still feel like you can't reveal that information. But with the Four of Wands, I'm seeing that you're very sturdy. Like you're sturdy in what you're doing right now. So I think you're in a good place to let that information go to people that you feel safe with. So it may not be, just letting everyone know everything, but it may be, testing the waters with a couple people and letting people know that what actually happened. Anything that is a movement forward into what you want and, not letting this information be something that people can hold against you. With the Empress in reverse, this is again just a bigger push to be proactive because the Empress upright is all about letting things come to you in good time. So if you put it in reverse, then it's about being proactive. We need to stop standing still. If you've already been waiting for things to come to you, if there's something that you want to do, someone you want to move towards, anything like that, and you've been waiting for them to move towards you, with the Empress in reverse saying the waiting time is over. You need to make your move. And with the Fool and the Chariot, see, the Fool is about a new journey and the Chariot is about taking things in your own hands. So this reading, the biggest energy here, the biggest theme really is taking things into your own hands, being proactive and moving forward because we have a new journey for you, something completely different. You want to do something. I got that with the cardinal modality as well, that you want to do something new. You want to have something new in your life. And the only way that you can move forward is by leaving all of the nonsense behind. Okay. And the Chariot is saying that you have a lot more control than you think of. A lot of this stuff is really, I just see things being a lot smoother than you think they will be, especially with the Queen of Cups, because the Queen of Cups is someone who has a lot of their emotions balanced already. Their emotional state is good. I'm also seeing that you're in a really good place for a new relationship to come in. That happens a lot with the cup cards. I'm seeing that you're in a very good place. You're just very steady. With the Four of Wands and the Queen of Cups, I'm seeing that you're very steady. Same with the Star. Like you have a lot of calm, even, steady, regulated cards. Like even though you have this push to be proactive and a lot of like red passionate energy with the red, even these cards, there's not red cards in this deck, but it's a lot of pink, so there's definitely a theme here with all the cards that you have. You're very, you have a lot of energy, you have a lot of passion towards something or someone or something that you want, some ideal. And it's something that you maybe haven't tried before. Like Spirit is saying that you should move towards it. Like you have that energy and you're very balanced. I mean, usually, when it's about new things, a new passion project, you get a lot of fire because that has to do the fire signs. It has a lot of passion. It has a lot of drive. It's very forward moving. But this is just a very calm, controlled, like, I know who I am, like almost regal, like I don't have to move energy. And maybe that's what the Empress is in reverse. Maybe that's how you hold yourself. But Spirit's saying like you can still be regal and take steps forward. You can still have control of the chariot and still move at pace without it being like a very urgent energy. At the Three of Wands in reverse, I'm seeing that you're done with planning. And Nine of Swords in reverse, you're done with the negative thoughts. I feel like you may have had a lot of anticipation with this, maybe some anxiety, and you maybe haven't over planning. You've just like kept thinking about it, thinking about it, think about it. Just do. Even if you do it not quite right, go ahead and feel free to do it. And again, whatever this information is that's holding you back, I really think that people like this hesitation, if that has to do with it, you're like trying to plan how you're going to let this out, how you're going to let people know what it'll do if people hear about it. I really don't think it's going to be as bad as you think it is. And I even see your last card that's so interesting you have is the King of Swords, because the King of Swords is about harsh truths. And it may be the information that you don't want other people to know. It may come out as a harsh truth to other people, but I'm getting the feeling that it is in fact a truth. Like it is a real thing that's coming out. And so when people hear it, even if they're shocked, if they weren't ready for it, they, have to be honest with themselves. They're gonna be like, yeah, but it's honest though. Like it's gonna enlighten things for other people. They're gonna realize where it's coming from, why it happened, why that information exists. I think you may actually be clearing the air for people, even if they're a little shocked at first. So I hope that resonated. If it did, like and subscribe below. I'd love to see you in the Empress's court, either here on YouTube or over on TikTok, and I will see you next time. Bye. Hello, group number 2. If you picked this group, you're in the correct place. Welcome to the Empress's court. So we're going to pick out a card from the Zodiac deck first and see what your energy is. And it is Spring. I love this card. I love all the cards in this deck, but it's a new deck. It's very pretty. So let's see what your energy is. This is a new beginning for you. Something beautiful and hopeful is being born. I love that for you. But what do they not want you to know? You're going in a good direction. What do they not want you to know? And let's get another card. This is some initial advice or like a big point in your reading. Let's see what we get. Oh, wow. Shot out. We have Taraz, she who is present now, awareness, acceptance. Okay. Maybe someone is not wanting to accept the direction that you are headed in. Let's see if that is correct. Let's see if that is correct. Okay. Nope. Ooh, Knight of Pentacles. I love this card. Knight of Pentacles in reversed. Oh my god, look at how much that matches. That's interesting. Ooh, let's see. We have Nine of Swords, also in reverse, very interesting, and Seven of Pentacles. Okay, we can split these cards out a little bit, give everyone some breathing room. And no worries, I will be giving you a few more cards. Starting again, I'm getting just a first impression here of things advancing for you slowly, or like it snuck up on others. That might have something to do with the information that they don't want you to know. Let's see, Page of Swords, Two of Wands. Let's see. Don't they want you to know? Okay. Let's get 2 more cards for you, and then we'll go ahead and start the reading. King of Cups, interesting. Interesting also that a lot of your cards are in the reverse. Not all of them though, but most of them. And the Queen of Cups again. Interesting. Okay, let's go ahead and read for your energy at this time with spring renewal. It's one of my favorite cards in here. I just think it's so pretty. There's a little story here about Hades and Persephone, but the important part is similarly you are undergoing a renewal. Something wonderful and new is being born, or something that seemed lost or beyond your reach forever is returning to you in profusion. Okay, so it may be something returning to you that they don't want you to know about. Like Persephone, you can retain in the vast inner wisdom you have been gained through your time in the underworld. Entering into a fresh new conditions in life or love does not mean you have to adapt a false chauvinism or naive trust. After all, Persephone is the goodness of spring, but also the queen of the underworld. Even while she is skipping barefoot through soft grass, she contains multitudes and polarities. She is both youthful and ancient. Her bright blossoms dazzle even while her loamy wisdom goes deep. Joyful enthusiasm leads to upward growth, expands the beautiful new role, blessing, or relationship. Even positive change can sometimes bring fear, but if you consciously relax your body, quiet your mind, and breathe deeply, any fear you may feel will reveal its true identity as exhilaration and excitement. Let your spirit of adventure carry you from fear to freedom. What will happen next, nobody knows, but you would be wise to assume it will be something wonderful indeed, for expectation is magnetic. You have much to look forward to. Embrace the positive changes, feel the happy anticipation, open your eyes to a brand new day. You know, that really caught my eye, that something is coming back to you. It may be a relationship, it may be a person, it may be, I don't know, a job, it could be anything. But something it may be coming back to you. And that's kind of the thing that stuck to me the most. And somebody else may not want you to know. Let's read for Taraz, she who is present. This card is asking you to honor the things that are happening now, good, bad, and indifferent. Acknowledge this instant of time fully. Do not avoid the present moment by dreaming of the future or visiting the past. It might be a good time to engage in your physical activity to focus your awareness in the here and now. Your best hope for the situation is to face it head on. This is not a time to play ostrich. Facing the moment with acceptance will carry you into the next. Honor the things that are happening now. I think people want you to think you are stuck. I don't think people want you to know the progress you are making because someone is coming back to you. It could be a relationship. It could be something to do with business. It could be a lot of things. I'm not getting a very specific reading on that right now, but I am seeing is that something is in fact coming back. I mean, that just is sticking with me a lot. And people want you to think that you are stuck. With the Knight of Pentacles in reverse, that is very slow progress or something that is not moving forward. And that's why I talk about things not progressing. I think that you have already kind of been through a tough spot. That goes back to the spring and the Persephone message. Persephone was in the underworld when she comes back, but she knows beauty and she knows the depths of things that can go very wrong. Maybe you've been through a lot already and you've already kind of gotten over that hurdle of thinking very poorly, thinking very negatively about things, and people want you to stay in that space. You've already been through there, you process things, you know maybe that things are progressing in a slow way, or maybe this relationship kind of went awry, but you are not staying in that negative mindset. You are moving forward, and people don't want you to, because maybe that actually had a certain effect on people and they don't want you to be aware of that. With the Seven of Pentacles, the Seven of Pentacles talks about putting in progress and getting the basics mastered before moving on to the next stage of work in something. So yeah, I'm getting the feeling that you've already put that effort in. I don't think people want you to be aware of that. I don't think people want you to know how successful you can be, but you already know. You already know you put that work in. You already know you're moving forward. And with the Ace of Wands, I think you also have an idea. Like you have an idea that you're pushing forward, or you have a new thought about how you can plan things and how you can get things off the road. With the Page of Swords, I'm seeing that someone new or some new truth or something is going to be revealed with that. Yeah, it's going to come in any way. Despite people not wanting you to know the truth about like how much progress you've made, it's going to somehow come out. The interesting thing, have the Wands and the Two of Wands, like 1 and 2 in here. And also the Page of Swords in the middle of that. They really are just kind of standing in the way because the Two of Wands is planning. I think they're really trying to get you at the source. This may be someone who is close to you, or at least has a lot of access to you, even if you don't feel particularly emotionally close to them. And while you're planning, like keep an eye out for someone who's a little bit too interested in how you're planning things. They're a little too involved, that they are a little too much like, oh, I don't think you should do it that way. Oh, are you sure that's the best course of action? That person may just be distracting you. They may just be giving you a hard time literally for no reason, or because for their own reasons. You know? They may really just be trying to get in the way and trying to pass things off as if they're giving you friendly advice when really they're just telling you nonsense. Move forward. I mean, even if you don't want to cause any friction, or just like not letting that person into your planning, like really just not letting them into your space in that way, because they're just going to be a distraction. They're just going to get in the way. With the King of Cups in reverse, that's interesting. With the King of Cups in reverse, and then we have the Queen of Cups upright right after. And, you know, both of these cups have to do with emotional evenness. And the King of Cups, I think you've already, like I said, you're being represented by spring right now. You've already been through the worst and you've seen the best in things. And I think you've already gotten over negative thoughts. I think while you may be very good at distracting your thoughts, maybe your emotions are still, it's kind of hard to keep them even keel when you think about this project at least, or you think about what exactly you want to progress in. There's a lot of like emotional energy here. And I think that's with this Page of Swords person who's kind of like blocking the truth, who's trying to keep you from your plans moving forward, can step in. Really work on, Spirit is calling you with the Queen of Cups. Work on that emotional evenness. If you're going to talk to this person, if you're going to talk to people about what you want to do next, don't do it when you're in the sense of like anxiety. Do it when you are level-headed, when your emotions are good, and you're not having to worry about how exactly you're going to plan things, because they're going to try to move things in a direction that works for them, that doesn't allow you to see how much progress you're made and doesn't let you see how far you can go. So if that resonated, which I hope it did, like and subscribe below. I'd love to see you in the Empress's Court, either here on YouTube or over on TikTok. I offer Zodiac readings, Zodiac shorts every single month, as well as long forms, and I do lives on TikTok as well. So you can see me in a bunch of different places, and I will see you next time. Bye. Hello, group number 3. You are in the right place. I'm going to start off with a card that is going to represent you in this situation, and then a card from a different oracle get to get some starter advice, and then we will get into what they do not want you to know. Ooh, what a pretty card. We have air. Okay. Work with the air element and you will receive the wisdom, clarity, and direction you need. So you are looking for direction at this time, which is probably why you're here. So happy to give you some of that. Let's see. Oh, that came out very quickly. She who rises up, Pearl. Ooh. So people may not want you to know that you are elevating through the ranks. You are rising up. You have good things coming your way. That doesn't necessarily surprise me. It's always when we're moving in a good direction that people want to step in, right? The Empress in reverse. Okay. We may need to be a little bit more proactive. Don't worry. I have more to bring to this conversation. King of Swords in reverse. But let's get some of these cards out before we get too much into the reading. I do like having a lot of cards out so that I can get a full context for what Spirit is trying to say. So let's get some more of these cards out. Ooh, okay. I think I got 3 cards here. We have the Four of Cups. So you may have turned something down recently. 2 of Pentacles, 4 of Swords. Okay. Let's do 3 more cards and then we will go ahead and get... Oh, wow, we got exactly 3. Well, that happened really fast. Okay, we have the Hierophant. We have the 8 of Swords in reverse. And we have the Knight of Cups. Interesting. So we've been getting a lot of cup energy in these readings. You will have 2, but make sure everything is even. I think we are good to go. So let's get started with air. Let's see where your head is at while people are trying to get in the way of your information. Air says, ooh, we have a little bit more here. Breathe deeply, listen to the wind, and look to the sky. The air element deals with thoughts, perspectives, ideas, and the spiritual aspects of beauty and the subtle alchemy of energetic harmony. Work with the air element and you'll receive the wisdom, clarity, and direction that you need. Okay. Oh, and they have some air signs. So the air signs are Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. So if you have those placements, this is especially for you. And they say Aquarius inspires you to be a visionary. Gemini blows fresh new ideas into the fertile ground of your awareness. And Libra counsels you to seek and establish energetic harmony and healing. Taking some time to consciously align with the air element will help you know what to do and to call conditions you desire. You can do it in a number of ways. You can sit like, okay, so this is telling you to meditate, to take time to look within. It's getting pretty direct instructions basically on meditation and listening to spirit or to inspiration for come in, connect with your intuition, etc. If you would like to read more on that, feel free to pause the video. It may be that people are trying to cloud your mind. You give me too many opinions. Let's see if we can look at the Pearl card as well. The message of this card is that you have all the power you need to raise yourself up to the next level. Some of that strength may come from others who want to help you. Look to those around you to find the tribe members who want to lift you up rather than press you down. There we go. This card represents that clear-eyed friend who only wants the best for you. Elevate your own soul by remembering that empowerment comes from within, but a little boost from a friend never hurts. Fierce and wild, remember at the phoenix when you see Pearl. Rise up to greet any challenge presented to you. You are elevated. You are an elevated soul ready to supercharge your life. This card reminds you to lift your head with pride so you can see the way to your amazing future. Okay. So this is about really keeping the noise back. It may not even be that people are specifically trying to keep you from the truth. It may just be that you're asking way too many people their opinions. If you're someone who likes to gather group information, Spirit is saying with whatever you're looking for, if you're looking for advice on a relationship, if you're looking for advice in another part of your life, sometimes we can just ask way too many people and it gets really cloudy very quickly. So we have the Empress in reverse, and this is Spirit telling you that you need to move forward. So if you're really sitting there and thinking about all these different thoughts that are coming in, you may not getting the information you need. Like, you may just need to move forward. You may just need to move forward and do the thing you want to. Like the Pearl card says, you are rising up, you are improving, you are moving up in the ranks, and you may have a lot of questions if you're moving into new areas, but if you take all the time to get other people's opinions, you will never move forward in actually doing something. So you need to actually do the things that you want to do. With the King of Swords in reverse, I'm also seeing there may be some new information that is not getting to you, information that is not getting revealed. Again, this may not be on purpose. There could be some players that are getting in the way of that information coming to you, but it may be too much coming in a situation where there's just like a lot of noise and it's hard to siphon things out. So even if there's people who want to get in the way, they may not even actually be effective in doing that. They may not actually be important in getting in your way by themselves. It's just that there's so many people coming in that they're able to also kind of clog that feed. With the Four of Cups, I'm seeing that there may have been something that you pushed away before because you felt like it was not for you. And you may have some feelings about that, especially with the Two of Pentacles. It may be that things are hard to balance right now, and now you're looking back and going, oh my goodness, like I didn't take that thing. Should I take back that thing? Should I go looking to see if I can have that back again? And I would say, you moved away from it for a reason. Don't just move towards something because it is an option. Think about if that really is going to serve you 100%. Because if it's not, then what is actually the point, right? Like, you're going to move towards it and it's going to derail you most likely because of the reasons that you already saw. Trust your intuition. With the Four of Swords, I'm actually thinking, what is the Four of Swords? Oh, it is rest. It is rest. Are you getting anxiety from this? Are you getting anxiety from trying to balance things and from pushing some things away? I think you need to maybe even step back from information gathering at this time. Yeah, so with the Hierophant in reverse, I'm feeling like with the Hierophant in reverse, especially because you have rises up with Pearl, I think you're not trusting yourself enough. You're making it very easy for other people to get into your way and for you to not get the information that you need because you're not putting that trust in yourself. You're putting that trust in others. You're sitting there and you're like, well, this person will give me this advice. This person will tell me another thing. This person, da 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 da. Like, you need to trust you. You know what's best for you. You're giving a lot of people the opportunity to give you bad advice. Maybe if that is on purpose, even if it isn't, you're giving them that space. And it seems to me with the Hierophant in reverse, the things that you need to do are unorthodox. The things you need to do or want to do may be outside of what people would normally advise. And so you've listened to people, you're just going to have people tell you something that isn't going to serve you because they're just going to tell you the stuff that you should be doing according to the book, right? They're going to tell you based off tradition. They're going to tell you based off of whatever makes sense to them, whatever the social norms are. With who you're asking and where you're asking it. So what you really need to do is not rely on them, rely on your intuition. You already know what the social norms are. You already know what the basic appropriate things are to do. But if you already are hesitating on that, that may not be the best way to move forward. With the Eight of Swords in reverse. Yeah, you may be trying to decide whether or not to move away from something and second guessing that. And I'm seeing you're still saying with something that's lingering. Time is not everything. Just because you've been somewhere a long time, or you've been with someone a long time, or you've been deciding something a long time with someone, doesn't mean that's the best course of action. Truly look into that. Truly look in if you're in a place or you're sticking with an idea, whatever it may be, solely because you've already been with that or stuck with that idea, whatever it may be. And what I think is most important here is the Knight of Cups. You have new positive energy coming in. There's new emotions coming up. You are improving. You're rising higher. And I'm also seeing a relationship possibly with the Knight of Cups. It can be a person moving in. It can actually be a person that you've, this is kind of last minute to turn it into a love reading, but if there's someone that you said no to before, or you were already with them and you were like, I don't want to continue for some reason, there was some friction there, I know you're wondering whether to go back. There may have been some improvement that's causing this door to open again with the Knight of Cups. It may be that this person is returning to you. They're reflecting as well. So as especially with that, if your relationship is with the other person you know best, really look into your feelings if you want to do that. But if you're thinking of reaching out, I'm getting the vibe, I'm getting the feeling this is a positive sign for that specifically. Or, it doesn't have to be relationships, but I kind of got to the end. So I'm going to give you all the information that I have in front of me. But I do feel like something may be coming back, or you may be thinking of going back. You know what? I take it back. Maybe you are having one who has a decision in this case. And there may be people who just aren't a fan of this connection, whether it be with a person or a group or whatever it is. But I think the Knight of Cups, there is an opportunity with this coming forward. So take that opportunity seriously. And may actually be working for you. And with She Who Rises Up, you're going to be empowered. You are rising up. So whatever you feel like you want to reach toward may truly be the best thing. And don't let other people get in the way of your intuition. Again, the Air card had a lot of instructions for meditation. If you want to get true clarity in what is most aligned for you, the best thing to do in that case is to really get that connection clear with yourself and your intuition. So meditation may be a really great thing. If you don't know how to meditate, again, you can pause the video at the beginning of your reading and the instructions were in the booklet. Or you can, of course, look it up online. There's so many different ways and so many different techniques that you can use. So yeah, you have the information here. Do not let everyone's opinion get in the way of what the right decision is for you. Please meditate or do whatever your version is of that, of getting your head clear and focus on your inner signals. You are rising up in this. Trust your gut. If that resonated, which I hope it did, like and subscribe below, either here on YouTube or over on TikTok. I am on TikTok on lives every month. On TikTok and YouTube, I publish Zodiac shorts if you are interested in those. And of course, I have long forms here. So I will see you next time. Bye.